Okay, we're back on. If for some reason you go back in, you know, to the help, lesson player, and you can't open it or whatever, it's saying that the files aren't there, don't freak out. All you have to do is come to Install Lesson, mark the first one, and then do Shift, hold down Shift, and then arrow all the way down. And if you don't want test or bench or all of that stuff. Okay, so highlight the first one, shift all the way down. If you go all the way down, you don't want bench and test. So with still holding shift down, you just arrow up and then press open and it puts it in there again. Okay? So don't freak out if, you know, or if you went in and you feel like it kind of messed up the lesson that you had, which we kind of messed with it a little bit in the lesson where it told us to mess with it. And if you wanted to go back to the original form, then just go back and read it in again. Okay? Here we're going to talk about auto replacements.
Let's see how to use auto replacements for error prevention and speed typing. Setting to speed typing. Settings, programming, auto replacements. Eclipse installs.
So it's telling you to go to Alt-U. Alt-U.
Settings.
Got it?
Programming.
Programming. Auto replacements. Okay? Got it? Everyone?
Auto replacements. Eclipse installs a few hundred auto replacements to prevent typing errors. I'll use the Modify button to see what this first one means. So if I accidentally type the word can as ACN, Eclipse automatically replaces it with CAN.
You see what it's doing? So if you type something and you type it all the time and you mess it up, this is what this thing is for. It's just going to tell it to do something else, okay? Which is no big deal because if you type can, ACN, it's not going to make any difference because the auto intelligence inside of the software is going to underline it red, or it's automatically going to tell you that's not correct. Okay, so when you put your cursor on it, it's going to tell you to change it to can or whatever.
Okay, did you, after you went to programming, did you select modify or okay?
Modify.
Okay. And it's not doing anything.
But it may not on that, on the tutorial, it may not let you do, it may not let you do it, I'm not sure. But if you're in your regular software, it should let you do it.
So we'll pretend.
Yeah. So I'm going to back up a little bit and let it play again.
The Modify button to see what this first one means. So if I accidentally...
So if you want to go in there and modify any of the ones that you have, like you accidentally, you know, misstroke attention all the time or whatever, and then it just tells it that it needs to fix it. Or, I mean, this is just something that it's kind of a long way of going around it, but you know, if you misstroke something, I mean, if you mistype something, you should have it in your dictionary fixed anyway. You should fix it in your dictionary anyway to where it's correct. So I mean, it shouldn't matter, but you know, this is a way of telling it, you know, this is what I want it to do if I do it this way. Okay?
Type the word can as ACN, Eclipse automatically replaces it with CAN. You can remove items from this list or add without limit. Auto replacements are great for speed typing, and the steno that's already in your head makes great shortcuts. After typing the shortcut, pressing the spacebar or enter key automatically triggers the auto replacement.
Y'all see, y'all understand what it was saying there? I'm going to play that again.
For speed typing, and the steno that's already in your head.
So if you have stuff, you can do it with your steno and tell it exactly what you want it to be. Okay? So I do it that way. That's the way that I do. I didn't believe. That's actually pretty good. But YINDZ is I didn't understand. Okay? Pretty good brief. I don't use it. Pretty good brief though. Okay? So that's what it's telling it to do. Okay? So if you want the auto replate, that's what these auto replacements are, and it's briefs is what it is. So if you're using them as briefs, then you can come in here, and that's how you modify your briefs. Okay? So I'm going to back it up a little bit.
From this list, or add without limit. Auto replacements are great for speed typing, and the steno that's already in your head makes great shortcuts. After typing the shortcut, pressing the space bar or enter key automatically triggers the auto replacement.
So after you just did it and you go back in there, pressing the space bar or the enter key automatically puts it in there. Okay?
If you notice you've just mistyped a word and the system did not correct it for you automatically, just go ahead and type in the correction and then space over. Then press a Shift-Alt-A will automatically correct the error and create an auto replacement for you. This makes it very easy to...
Awesome to have known a long time ago.
It's really good, guys. It's really good. And, you know, sometimes it comes up. I guess that really is a word. I don't know, because sometimes it won't pick it up on the dictionary stuff. So if it doesn't on yours, then this is how you do it. Okay? I'm going to go back and play that again.
If you notice you've just mistyped a word and the system did not correct it for you automatically, just go ahead and type in the correction and then space over. Then press a Shift-Alt-A will automatically...
Shift-Alt-A is for auto replacement. Shift-Alt-A. So it creates that conflict, it creates that conflict correction. Okay? So highlight it, Shift-Alt-A automatically becomes an auto replacement. That error becomes an auto replacement.
You don't need to mark it first?
Yeah, it told you to mark it. Yeah. So that's why I said space over, mark it. I think I said to mark it.
You just said space over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says space over.
typed a word and the system did not correct it for you automatically, just go ahead and type in the correction and then space over. Then press a Shift-Alt-A will automatically correct the error and create an auto replacement for you. This makes it very easy to teach Eclipse which words need to be automatically replaced.
Yeah, so you just space over, do the Shift-Alt-A, and it should probably mark it for you. So if it doesn't mark it correct, then you didn't space over enough. But it should do it for you on the shift.
To read only those two words?
I'm sorry?
It knows only to read those two words?
It should. It should. If you space over. I guess it takes a word behind it if you space over. See what I'm saying? So it should know the word right behind it is the word that you're trying to replace. Okay? Any questions about that? Pretty neat. Okay.
You can create an auto replacement while you're in the globaling dialog. Just type the letters for your shortcut with the equal sign, and then the text for your global as usual. Eclipse will offer to create your auto replacement, which you can then use anytime you need to type this text.
You see what it did? Pretty neat. So when you put the equal, when you're defining something, then it automatically puts it in there. Okay? So it does it as an auto replacement. I do it because I do it with Child Protective Services. We hear it every day. That's what we're dealing with. So I have a brief for CPS, which is KRPS, is CPS for me, and then KPS twice is Child Protective Services for me. So you can define it as that, or you can put it in, when you go to define it, you can put it as the equal, and it makes it the auto replacement, okay? So when you type in CPS, then it's going to put in Child Protective Services. See what I'm saying? Understand? Pretty neat. Pretty cool.
Leave it as special entries? Inside? I didn't see what it was.
Yeah, it keeps it as that. Yeah. I'm going to play this thing. I'm going to play this again because this is actually pretty neat. This is pretty good information here.
You can create an auto replacement while you're in the globaling dialog.
So you see what they're doing right here? He typed out Ford Motor Company. Okay?
Just type the letters for your shortcut with the equal sign, and then the text for your global as usual. Eclipse will offer to create your auto replacement, which you can then use anytime you need to type this text.
See? It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Got it?
Yes.
See how they did Department of Transportation right here too? DT. So now when he types in, or she types in DT, it automatically does Department of Transportation. Okay? Okay. Here they're just showing you how to create, which is what they went through with the Alt-U. Go to programming, change it, and you can create, add, change, modify, you know, any of that stuff. You can remove, just by highlighting anywhere on that line, press delete, and it'll take it out of there. Okay? Pretty simple. Okay, I mean, you can do the little exercise if you want. I mean, we'll kind of, you know, go through it or whatever. But it's saying, you know, to mark this spot, pressing hyperkey X, which is Shift X, marks that spot. And then you can kind of go wherever you want to. And then by pressing Shift V, it'll take you back to that spot. Y'all remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
We did that lesson already. So Shift X in hyperkeys, Shift X. Not just X, Shift X, capital X, marks a spot. Shift V brings you back, okay? So it says the following paragraphs contain a number of typos for high frequency words. Let's assume these occurred when text was typed during editing, not as a result of faulty dictionary definitions that were used in translation. We will not be making steno-based globals or text globals in this exercise. Okay? You go too far down. Okay, and really what it's saying is, you know, when you come to an error insert a space. So you're going to come here, insert a space after this. Do the Shift, Alt A, or Alt 7. I don't remember saying that, Alt 7. But do the Shift, Alt A. And then type in the new word or whatever. So we'll do it right here. Space over. Hmm?
Okay.
What the heck?
It took me a way different place.
Hmm?
Okay, let's do this. Okay, you said do this, so you press Alt 7, this, when you press Alt 7, this is the example, equals UU. After you've done this. Okay.
Okay. You see what it just did? I see what
Yes,
they were trying to say.
I saw what it did, but mine didn't do it.
Okay. Yours didn't do it?
Okay, we got to your turn, we're in other words. Okay, did you? Okay, there we are. Cursor is at did you. Okay.
Hmm?
Cursor is where yours is.
Yeah. Cursor over. YOU.
Ah, now see, I pressed YOU and it took me way.
Because you're in hyperkeys.
Okay, did you?
So to type something in, you have to press N for insert. Did I put the thing back on? Oh, shoot. Are you kidding me? We're going to have to go through and do this whole thing again. God almighty. It'll be quick. Sorry.